It's time for Raw Talk Live. What's going on, girlfriend Peggy?
Hey, Harry, what's going on with you?
All right, everything is good, girl. Glad to see you. You looking fabulous tonight. Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
So are you gorgeous? You looking
Thank,
beautiful as ever, as
thank,
always.
thank you, honey. Thank you. But girl, you are rocking the hair tonight. They can't keep up with that
Thank
tonight.
you.
That's what's up tonight, baby. Uh-huh. Vicky got that thing standing up at attention. You understand?
Yeah, she
Somebody better
does. She did her
recognize.
thing. She
She
did her
is,
thing tonight. God bless her.
yeah, she is quite a stylist. And when you let her go on and do her thing, baby, it gets done.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
It's a shame to
Yes,
be
it
all
does.
dressed up with nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. I'm trying to make it home to my other grandbabies. This as soon as I leave here. She blowing my phone up right now. Want to know when I'm gonna make it to the house.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's because you're in Orlando.
Yes. I got on the road this afternoon about I think 1 o'clock
Hmm.
and came straight to Orlando. Got me a little dinner. Came right here to the shop and got my hair done. And I just finished maybe 20 minutes ago. So
Fabulous.
yes,
Fabulous.
so
It
I'm
was
here to
worth
finish
the
to do the
trip.
show, and then I'm gonna jump in the car and head out to Point Siena.
Okay, then. All
Yep.
right. Yes, indeed. Well, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. That is wonderful. And so, tonight we just kind of you know, chilling a little bit, I guess you could say. We did have we do have a topic that we want to address with everybody tonight. I think before we get to our main topic, we had discussed, maybe talking about Shanquilla and what's going on with that. Oh, doggone it. Um, mm in my haste, I forgot something about that. But anyway, Shanquila Robinson, the sister that went with her friends to Cabo, Mexico, on a trip, and ended up, coming back home in a box,
And I'm,
dead, where they had brutally beaten her. Just and still nobody is saying why they felt justified in doing that or why they wanted to do that to her, but they overkilled her. And so now information is coming out that the autopsy report is showing even more than what we heard initially about her injuries, about her pelvic area just being destroyed. That's from people kicking and stomping and beating on you. And they say that the
mhm.
kind of beating that her body, it demonstrated
Sustained. Yeah.
means that there had to be more than one person doing that to her, that these people ganged up
Hmm.
on her. It is just so it's so heart-wrenching and disappointing to see black people do that to each other. I just don't know what to say at all. And to go for 5 months now and still no justice.
Nothing is being said. It's being said that the FBI never picked up the case. We don't know if Mexico really ever picked up the case. We don't know if everything is just sitting out there in limbo. Like, is anything really being done?
No,
These people are just
no,
going on with their lives.
no. What you
They're going
see
on with their
is
lives like nothing happened.
like nothing happened. Is so sad. What you see is a lot of content creators trying to keep up with it, and and always coming up with something else to say about it, but there's no results. No one has been arrested, no one has been extradited. As much as they said that initially, none of that has
Mhm.
happened. uh, benjamin
Right.
crump Benjamin Crump is representing them. They took a trip to Washington D.C. about a month or so ago, and and he was demanding of the Biden administration that they that they do something about about it, that they either extradite these people or that the FBI picks
Mhm.
them up and America does something about it. And still, nothing at all has happened. What they can come up with is something that we suspected all along, and that is that the doctor who showed up when called to the room to see about her, that doctor lied.
Mhm.
That when that doctor got there, Shanquilla was already gone. She had already passed away. And her body, the body is a funny thing. It doesn't lie. The body tells the
Mhm.
truth in the autopsy. And
Tells its own story.
it
Mhm.
tells its own story. It tells the true story. And if
Mhm.
that doctor got there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and rigor mortis had already set in, and how they know that this is so is that they attempted to revive her, by
Mhm.
shocking her heart and that type of thing. And those paddles left burn marks on her chest that indicated they happened after she died.
She was
So
dead. Yeah.
you're there, fake, you're faking it, trying to revive
Faking
this
news.
body.
Mhm.
And she was gone. They said that she died 12 hours before anybody ever did anything to help her. They can tell at what point. So she had to get that beating early in the morning. And by the time
Mhm.
they pronounced her dead at 6 or 7 o'clock, well, she had been dead since 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
And the body shows that there's no lying about that. But it's very sad that nobody is doing anything about it. Shout out to one of our raw talkers, Willie Starr,
Hey.
for writing his congressperson. He wrote his representative in Texas and inquired about uh, about the
The case.
FBI and what
Mhm.
things were happening. If I can, real quick, I'm going to I want to find it. But he emailed them, and they in turn emailed the FBI, and
Mhm.
basically they said, "Hey, we don't talk to you about what we got going on. You're
Yeah,
not
that's
going to."
something.
Too bad. Yeah, we might be doing something about it. Heck, we might not. Um, oh gosh. But anyway, but shout out to him for doing that. But the results were, we're working on it. We'll keep doing something about it, but we don't owe you any
Yes.
explanation
Listen.
as to what we have going on and why. And so it's a sad thing. I don't know that there's nothing else better to say about it, but with friends
And
like
I
that.
think that it's been hundreds of letters that's gone forth. I think they asked people to write letters on a certain color paper to send them
Hmm.
in.
Yes.
So hundreds and even thousands of letters, have been sent out there to no avail. We're not hearing anything. So I mean, like I said, are they just throwing this under the rug? Is it not important? Is it because of who she was or the color of her skin? What is important? Why is there no priority to bringing some justice to these, to the people that caused her death? It's just sad.
Yeah. And
But
how do you?
that's one thing that we can rest assured is FBI, Mexico government, or whoever may not bring justice to the people, but God will. Okay,
Yes.
they will get what they deserve at the end of the day. They'll get exactly what they deserve in some form, way, shape, or fashion. They'll get what they deserve.
Yeah, they will, but we want them to hurry up and get what they deserve. And we know that God's time is not our time. And
No,
when
it's not.
people say that, people say,
It's
"Oh,
not.
you'll get it back," but I want to see you get it back.
Well,
you
They
know,
may be getting it back as we speak. We just don't know it. Like I say, they may have sleepless and restless nights. They may not be able to sleep. They may be tormented every time they close their eyes. We don't know what they're experiencing or what they may be going through. So, like I said, who's to say they're not getting it back already? Guilt
you
could
know,
be eating them away. They could be drinking or drugging, or something tragic may happen to them, or whatever. I don't know, but they'll get it back.
yeah, and you make a very
They'll
good
get what they
point
deserve. Yeah, they'll get
about.
what they deserve.
Mhm.
But then again, like you say, when you're dealing with people of this nature that can do such a ruthless thing to another human being, they may not have a guilt. They may not have a conscience or a soul or a spirit that can be tormented. Because some people just that evil and that mean and that rotten that nothing phases them, nothing can bother them. So who knows? They may not lose an ounce of sleep or a pound of weight, but like I said, we may know, we may never know.
May never
So
know. We may never
may
know.
never know.
Carlita Smith in the building. Hey, Carlita, welcome, welcome. All Raw Talkers, welcome tonight. So happy to see you in the building. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, baby, it's time for
Yes.
Raw Talk Live, and we're doing our thing. And we were just discussing the Shanquila Robinson case and how nothing has progressed with bringing justice. And so, you know, that can be that's an issue. And and Peggy, you make a good point that people can be tortured without us even knowing. uh in his last visit to Atlanta, I had an opportunity to go and hear Bishop TD Jakes speak. I even had an opportunity to meet him afterwards and take a picture with him. It was a very special night. But that day,
Yes.
what he preached was that you don't know. You're worried about somebody getting the payback, and he said, but trust and believe, just like you said. In the middle of the night, they are tortured. And they are restless. Their soul is not at peace, and you're
Not
worried
at peace.
about
Not at peace.
the payback and the comeback. But trust and believe it's going to happen. You might not have the benefit of knowing, but he said, rest assured, it's always happening. But you know how we are. I need to see some evidence. I want to know, especially if that had been my sibling, my child.
Mm-hmm. Best
I
friend.
don't know how you contain yourself without seeking some form of revenge. How do you sit down and be calm and take a trip to
Let
Washington?
go and let God,
Uh,
as they say. Let go and let God. Yeah. How do you do that?
Easier said than done.
Mm,
Easier said than done. So that's it on that. We just wanted to talk about that a little bit because we had said we were going to keep her name on the show until we can hear about some justice being
some
served.
justice.
And so, you know, we wait. We wait now for that day to come. But
Yeah.
girlfriend, uh, brought something to my attention. We're always sharing things that we find on social media that pertain to Black people and that we find interesting. And so we're looking to find out what your experience and opinion is about this. And that is Black men degrading Black women verbally while in the presence of women from other nationalities, talking
Mm-hmm.
about Black women, putting them down, making derogatory remarks about Black women, how we look, what we do, uh, what we say, and and it seems as if maybe they do that to attract the other women, or to elevate themselves in the eyes of women of other nationalities. I would
Mm-hmm.
imagine the reference is made probably primarily to white women, but they don't stop there. It could be women of any race. And
Right.
so this lady had something to say about it. We want you to hear it and get your opinion.
I waited a whole damn week just to calm down before I shoot this video so that I don't overstep my boundaries. But this happens in front of me so often that I'm so sick of it, I can't just shut the fuck up anymore. Just for context purposes, my entire family is African, and so I am around a lot of black people. So tell me why black men specifically feel the need to degrade black women when they are around non-black women, as if that's supposed to impress me or make me feel good or make me want them. I waited for her cue before I joined her because I'm not going to disrespect her like that and we put him in his place. But what she said in the end was correct. She said to him, I'm glad she gets it, but do you understand how embarrassing it is that she does, but you don't? I waited a whole damn week.
Okay. So black men degrading black women in the presence of non-black women. And she says it happens too much and she doesn't get it. I wonder if that happens around her a lot because they don't recognize her as being a black woman.
That's exactly what she said. She said it happened to her several times, and they think she says the way I perceived it is that they think that is something that is going to make her more interested in dating them or going out with them or being with them as a man. And she's saying it's not,
Mm-mm.
because
It's
just like I said in my statement, the world knows, we know, everybody knows that what they do when they do that is just wrong, because I don't know of any other nationalities of people that put their women down, that degrade them and talk about them like dogs, even if they are the lowest of the lows. We don't hear them talking about it. Definitely not to us.
no, no.
And like I said, in the music, when it comes to the music, we are the number one top priority. And when it comes to degrading and dragging us through the mud and calling us every name in the book but the child of God. And it's been going on it's been going on forever. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. I think though, I don't know about the music part going on forever. I think the music changed drastically probably in 2000,
Mm,
because when you think
it's in the
about
80s,
music from the 90s,
the 80s and 90s. Yeah, going into the 2000s. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
can
say
kind of
in
agree with that.
yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say in the 80s and the
Yeah, because
90s.
back
Because
old school music wasn't like that. They didn't put women
no,
down like that. They honored women. They
no,
talked about love and relationships and the beauty of a woman, and being, all it was good stuff. It really was. But like I
it
say,
was.
once I think hip hop really came onto the scene, and the style of music started changing, and the rap and all that other stuff, and the mindset changed of the maturity of the people that was making music, is when it all just kind of went to in a handbasket. I could say that.
Yeah, because rap music of the was no rap music in the 80s. The
Mm,
80s was
hip
hip hop,
hip hop.
and hip hop was upbeat. It was fun. It was a hip hop, a hip hop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Right.
like that. Okay, and then when you got into the 90s, still
Your volume
good.
dropped. You going lower and lower and lower. Did anything change? Because it dropped one time before, and then like it seemed like it just dropped and went down a little lower again. So, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you perfectly.
Okay, okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
So,
yeah. So, we saw that in the, I would say not until the late 90s, maybe. Uh, and then you got into, the hardcore rap, the gangster rap,
mm-hmm,
and it went on from there, and
mm-hmm.
just got progressively worse. It got very
Worse.
sexually blatant, disrespectful, and it went unchecked.
And
Carly?
almost praised. It not unchecked, but praised. And that was what was happening, and that was the music on the top of the charts, and that those were the money making songs, and they got the accolades and awards and all that other kind of stuff for those type of songs that they were doing that, degrading women.
Yes. And in addition to degrading women, Black people in general were degraded because if you weren't saying something disrespectful in a sexual manner about Black women, on the other side of the coin, Black men were promoting the killing of each other.
Hmm.
The rap music promoted, the shooting, the killing, the
Money,
violence.
drugs,
Yeah, the
yep, money,
drugs and the
drugs, alcohol,
violence.
women, and killing, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Carlitha says maybe because some Black women have started to disrespect themselves.
I don't think that's why the music is the way it is because, like I say, they started doing that long before women started disrespecting. And I believe. I'm trying to decline the call. Okay, yeah, I
Oh,
was saying
okay.
that she keep calling me, and I'm in the middle of the show.
Who, the
Okay,
baby?
yeah, Kanaya.
You didn't
Yeah,
tell her
she's.
prior to the show that you were doing the show?
I was scrambling at that point. I didn't get a chance to tell her I was going to stay here and do the show. Huh?
Does someone else where you are have a phone where you can call her
Yeah,
and tell
yeah,
her?
she does. But I
Because see,
gotta,
my
what's her
phone
number?
is,
I don't know Kanai's cell phone number.
oh, okay. Because see, my phone is on Do Not
I don't
Disturb.
know Kanai. Yeah. I gotta use this phone to pull up her cell phone number because I don't know it by heart.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Who knows
Okay, she just
anybody's
got a
number by
new
heart
phone. Yeah.
anymore? Sometimes I can't remember my own number. Yeah, she gonna call you. All right. I tell you what. Why don't
Okay,
you okay? Did you can you send her a
I'm good.
text message?
Yeah, it seemed like I got three different calls back to back from three different people. So I don't know. This a hot hour.
Yeah.
They know what I do from 9 to 10 o'clock every Wednesday night.
Well,
You would think
always.
they would know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always something. But if you're, and see, this is the first time too that we've ever done the show with you doing it from your cell phone because
Yeah,
you're away
I'm out.
from your setup and from your computer. So
Right.
yeah,
Girl, I was scrambling. I'm lucky to even be on here tonight. I didn't know how it was gonna work out. I thought I was gonna have to be driving down I-4 on the phone talking with you, sitting in the parking lot in the dark. I didn't know. I was like, okay, well, thank you, Jesus.
yeah. Well, we do what we have to do. You
Yes, we
know.
do.
Yeah, we do what we have to do. It's the show must go on, no matter
Yep.
what, no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she'll calm down. But in the event we ever have to do it again from the phone, um, just put your phone on do not disturb. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's okay. It's all good. But we talk about the music and how that degrades Black women. You can't ignore the agenda, the entertainment industry and its agenda. We can't ignore in this process how there is an agenda. There's always been an agenda when it comes to Black people from the time we landed in America. The agenda was to divide and destroy, to make it
Mm-hmm.
so that uh, we won't be united, that there'll always be a conflict, uh, that Black people will always be hated and degraded, and that it's going to be promoted to be that way within the family itself too. The it was systematic. It's planned.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the
Mm-hmm.
industry uh feeds into that completely. They have an agenda. Now we see the new agenda. The new agenda that's coming is the blurring of lines between male and female.
Mm-hmm.
the
Yes.
the promoting of sexual diversity and the complete blurring of the lines between what is male, what is female, so much so that they've even passed legislation that you don't have to designate the sex of your child at birth. If you want to, as a
Right.
parent, say, I don't want, I'm not going to put male or female, I'm going to let them decide for themselves what they are, or let's
Mm-hmm.
wait and see, what happens when they grow up, how they want to identify. That's an agenda. That's an agenda, and we've fallen victim to that. The money that comes in the industry from making that kind of music, the other kinds of music are not promoted. If you want to find good, beautiful, wholesome music and artists that create it and perform it, you have to do a search. You have to be on YouTube. You have to be on YouTube looking for the independent artists, because if
Mm.
it's somebody who is in the business, they're going to be influenced by by the powers that be.
Yeah, and I think, like I say, they promote self-hatred, and the music is to turn us against each other and subliminally make us, bicker and fight amongst each other and want to kill each other and, be envious and jealous of each other and want to be the opposite sex. And, it's just a whole lot of craziness behind all of this. The whole, blurring of the sexes and the degrading of women. And just a whole big pot of, like you
It's a
say, it's an
mess.
agenda. It's an
Yeah.
agenda, yeah.
Oh, it's
And
very
black
much
on
an
black
agenda.
crime, yeah. hmm
Hmm.
It's all to
Because
promote that.
yeah,
hmm
and during slavery times, there was literature about how to do that successfully, how to break a human being down, how to break a slave down, how to
Get them to conform, yeah, to get them
get
to
them to conform,
obey,
and it
yeah.
went on from there.
hmm
The constant division of the family, taking the male away, leaving the
hmm
children and the woman and children to fend for themselves. And you wonder why some Black women have it in them now so much to want to fight. Uh, they've been out here alone.
Right, and then what the titles that they give women now, the alpha male, the alpha female, and women are too masculine. Again, where did that come from? From women having to take control and be the head of the family and provide and work and protect their kids and make sure everything happened. They had to be masculine. They had to be the man and the woman. You know, I had a friend or two of ours throughout the years. We used to call each other on Father's Day and say Happy Father's Day. You know, because we both were doing the father and the mothering. It was a running joke. Of course, we know we couldn't be fathers, but the roles that we were playing and the things that we were doing as single mothers made us feel like we had to be the mama and the daddy to our children.
Well, yes, when you are the sole provider, then it does make you have taken on a masculine role, for sure.
Mhm.
Nikki's in the building. Hi, sweetheart, Nikki. Her show is on Monday nights at 7 o'clock on Facebook, and she talks about grief. She says, "Let's talk about grief, all types of grief, everything that you've ever been through." And so she says, it's crazy out here. The book of Revelation speaks on all of these things that are going on today. She said, we just have to continue to pray. Uh, and we do have to continue to pray, but we also have to take some action too. And just like men wearing their pants, was showing their underwear,
Same.
and that sagging thing that's been going on now for 20 something years, that I thought was a fad that would fade long ago, and really hasn't. Someone told me, a man
Mm-mm.
told me, men do that because women still accept them
Like
doing
that.
that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you say
I'm
I
not with
won't
that.
date you, I don't have that problem with men, in our age bracket. But as a woman who might be dating a younger man, or a younger woman who's dating men in her age, if you accept, you're all dressed up in your pretty dress and your high heels, and he comes with pants that are below his ass and tennis shoes on. I don't care how much he paid for them. He's not. You're not a match. And because we accept that, or they accept that, men continue to do it. And so he said, if women would
Yeah.
say no, men would have to make an adjustment.
Right. That's
But
not something I'm willing to say yes to.
absolutely not.
You're not going nowhere. I'm not holding your hand. We're not going to the store. We're not going out partying, clubbing to dinner with your pants sagging. I'm not doing that. You may not have to jack them all the way up to your waist, but you're gonna have to pull them up and fix them a little bit and tighten that belt, because that's unacceptable for me. I'm not doing that.
I feel you. I hear you. Carletha
No.
says the question is, why do black men put us down? We as black women allow it. Now we need to stop supporting that kind of artist. And
Yeah,
you're
it's
right
not that we
about that.
allow it because we can't stop the music. We can't stop what they're in the studios producing. We hear it when it come out when the rest of the public hears it. It's not that we allow it. I don't think that we allow it. You can't anybody can say anything that they want to say. You can't stop people from saying what they want to say or expressing themselves the way they want to express themselves in their music as artists. So it's not that we allow them to do it. It's just being done. And really, it's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we really can do about it but protest. But like I say, not buy their music. Is that really how many women really gonna stop buying that type of music? I don't know when the last time it was that I went to a store and bought a CD or a tape or a DVD or any type of music, because you can just download music and get it for free. How do you stop not buying their music?
Right. I don't
You know,
know.
to the point where it's gonna hit them in the pocket.
Right.
So I don't think we allow it. It's just it's happening. There's nothing we could do about it.
Is happening. And the industry wants that kind of music. Those are the artists that they look for. Those are the ones that they promote. Those are the ones that they push up. And so that's where it is. But I'm like you, I can't remember the last time I bought anything. However, I have an iPhone and I have Apple Music. and I pay for that subscription every month. So I can download whatever kind of music I like.
Well, again, until men get a mindset and a consciousness about their women, about us as women, and begin to lift us up and sing our praises for the things that we do, because we have always been their backbone. We have always been there to encourage them, to push them up, to support them when they at their lowest, and to make sure that they get back up on their feet and push them to live out their dreams and walk in purpose. So until they get a mindset and a consciousness about their Black women being queens straight across the board, it's always going to be that stagnant. You know, you got some singing about queens and beautiful Black women and, you know, the good that they do. And you still gonna always have those few that's still coming in with the foolishness. So until the mindset as a whole change to being cool, to uplift the Black woman, it's gonna stay the way it is. And there's nothing we really could do about it. Again, that's what I feel. There's nothing we could do about the mindset of a man.
Men have to change the mindset of a man.
They have to change their own mindset, their
They
own
have to do that themselves.
self-consciousness, their own self-worth, to have the rise to say, if I'm gonna lift myself up and praise myself, I should be able to praise my Black woman too.
And please understand that we're not painting with a broad brush. We understand that there's never an absolute. There's never.
Right.
We know that there are
Exceptions to the
more Black men that we can count who love, respect, admire, uplift Black women.
Yes.
You know, who are honorable. You know,
Right.
but the thing is, what are these other men thinking? I haven't met anybody in our age group that does that. I haven't, which is not to say that they don't. When they were in their little private circles talking, I don't know what they say about Black women, but I've never had anybody do it in my presence. I don't know if it was because it was all Black women there. There was nobody to show out for, or nobody to try to impress. You know, Becky wasn't there, Karen wasn't there. You know, and so I've never witnessed it, but I have no doubt that it does happen. But what I do hear sometimes is Black men saying that they feel like they would want to date from another race, or date women from other countries and other cultures, because they don't have the type of resistance that Black women have. They don't have all of that get back. They don't have all of that talk back. They're not rolling their eyes and rolling their necks and waving their hands in the air and, you know, doing all of this in your face all the time and snapping all around a million times and talking to you like they have a penis and you don't. And so,
yeah, we do. And we're Black women. Are we special? We have a lot of attitude. Yeah, we can be extra special and go overboard at times. But most of the time, with women being special and going overboard, it's a reaction to an action. It's the reason why they're going off.
right. You
Like
don't just
Black
do
women,
that
just not. Yeah,
willy-nilly.
we just not popping off for no reason.
Excuse me just a moment. I thought I heard a sound from the peanut gallery. You did you say what we do? We go off for no reason?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And we just for no with no provocation.
Well, it's a certain way to handle things, and
Just out of the blue.
not a good excuse to just like go off on somebody. It's like it's a level-headed, respectable way to address a situation. So when you start talking to a man like he's a child, then Oh, what do you expect you're gonna get in return?
Could you come a little closer to the microphone, Peggy? Could you hear what he said?
No, I could not.
He could not
Everything
hear.
is getting lower and lower and
Okay.
lower and
All
lower.
right. Listen, this is a live show. We are impromptu. So my dearly beloved son had a comment to make. You can do it on camera or off camera. He just got back from the gym, so he heard our conversation, and I said,
Okay.
and you said we don't just go off willy nilly for no reason, and he said,
Right.
yeah, y'all do.
Yeah,
Okay.
depending on what day of the week it is, on if you cycle on or not, or what somebody else said or did. So it's like, okay, yeah, everybody gets, has disagreements, but it's how you address that disagreement. And when you talk to a man like he's a child, then that's gonna cause problems in the relationship. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that is going to cause problems. But most of the time, if a woman is talking to a man like he's a child, it's because he's behaving childishly and he's doing some things that's real silly.
You need to go get you a man that act like a man. Because any man that you with, he's assuming that you with him because he's a man and you respect him as a man. So you need to choose someone that you respect as a man.
That's true. That's true. But often, as men and as women, we all can be childish at times. We all do childish things, but whether you get called out on it or not.
Okay. Right.
He said, yeah, but we're talking about y'all right now. We're not talking about the men being, we're talking about the women being childish. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
She said that's not what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But thank you. Thank you.
Oh, nice. See you later.
Yeah, goodbye.
Thanks for having me.
Lovely being with you.
Tell Eugene, thank you so much for those comments. We appreciate that. Yes.
He's funny. And Nikki says all Black women don't do that. And of course, we know you're absolutely right. The problem is that they're putting us all in the same category. Well, anytime you make a comment that is negative about anything or anyone, people
Gonna be objective,
even if it's
defensive,
not to them, and feel like you're putting them in a category. I say if the shoe fits, wear it. We know that all women do not do that. We understand that. We understand that all men don't degrade Black women, but we're talking about the ones who do. And why we find that to happen. And then oftentimes we talk about other cultures not doing it. But I tell you, right before the show tonight, I came across a video that I'll have to share next week. It was so long. It took so long to just watching it that I didn't have an opportunity to get it up for us. But we talk about other cultures not doing this. But if we did in our culture what some of those other cultures do to women,
to their women at an early age.
God, huh?
Yeah, at an early age, right? They start doing it to them at an early age. We're not talking doing to their women, due to young girls, right? You shared that video with me, right? Yeah. This was a 15-year-old girl. She started being treated that way at 14 and 15.
Right.
So they
being raped by her father and raped by her father's friends and sold off and told that you ain't nothing and beaten all the time and turned
to marry somebody's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And so we say, oh, they don't do that, but yes, they do. In a lot of cultures, just the mere fact that you're a woman, that somebody gave birth to a woman, they go, oh, a girl, we should have killed her when she was born. And I think it's so strange that the men who want to sexualize her, who want to have sex with her, who rape her and beat her, they're mad that a woman is born. But if you didn't have a woman to do that to, y'all would be doing that to each other. So they don't like women. They hate that a female child was born into their household. And then, to show, but you have a woman. You hate women, but you have a wife. And then you get a daughter, and then you rape and beat and brutalize her. But
Your
you
daughters, yeah.
have two, though. You want to have sex. Who you gonna have it with if you don't have it with a woman?
Right,
I,
right.
it's madness. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's madness and it's crazy. Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's beyond degrading. What they do to their women is beyond degrading. It's abusive and it's immoralization. They demoralize them to no end. I mean, it's just beyond degrading. I mean, if there's levels of degrading, if you can say that there's levels to that.
Yes.
They at the top of the charts. I mean,
They take the cake on that. And we know that happens. I think it happens cross culturally.
Yeah, but the thing about it is too, again, they keep that within the culture. They keep that within the household. They keep it within their race. They keep it it's a secretive type of thing. They're not out here blurting and telling that to us or other people or other races of people that this is the way they treat their woman. That's the difference too. They're not telling the world. They're not out there putting that out on Front Street the way they put black women out on Front Street.
Right. Right.
So it's the secret. We got to hear about it. We got to know from an inside story or inside scoop what the real nilly dilly is, what the real story is, because they're not telling it. They're not telling us. So yeah, they're not just putting it out there like black men think it's a badge of honor to be able to sit there and downgrade and talk about a black woman like a dog.
And there you go. Well, the one thing is, what can we do about it? And that's the sad part, to have an open discussion about this and about it happening and how we feel about it, but not being able to offer a real solution.
It's a mind, again, it goes back to the mindset of a man and the artist, the people who are making the music, the people who are, out there doing the acts until they get a change of heart, a mind to say, hey, it's wrong. I'm not going to do it again. Or, maybe I was wrong for doing that. And yeah, I won't do it again. Or that was an individual and I should not generalize it and make all black women fit the mold of this one or two that, did me this way, or the reason I feel this way about black women. And, but like I say, how can you change that? How can you change that?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess we have to go with
Nikki's, say what they want to
say. We have to go with Nikki's comment and say, keep praying about it. And then of course too, if you're ever in a situation where you witness that, to not be afraid to check somebody on it. No fear. Well, I tell you what, girlfriend Peggy got to go home and get to that baby. We've had a wonderful time with you, Raw Talkers, tonight. We thank you so much for your support and participation. And we look forward to talking with you again on Raw Talk next Wednesday, 9 o'clock on Facebook and on YouTube. You good, girlfriend Peggy?
I'm good, girlfriend. Thank you to Vicky once again for allowing me to be in her beautiful place of business, her beauty salon on Pine Hills Road. You can look her up, patronize her, give her a call, stop by the shop. It is beautiful, and she does absolutely a stupendous job. She's one of the best beauticians in Orlando that I know. Put it that
yes, and yes, honey, and she can do her thing with some short hair. She make that short hair swing, baby.
Yes, she does. Vicky, she's a realtor.
What is the name of the shop?
It's Her Beauty Salon.
H-E-R?
I am her. Yes, H-E-R.
Okay.
On Pine Hills Road. But you
Okay.
can also find her at Vicky Key, the realtor. She's a real estate person also.
Okay. And there
Yeah,
you
Vicky
go.
Key, the
Shout
realtor.
out to Vicky for the beautiful hairdo. Give us one more close-up, girlfriend Peggy.
Let me see if I don't know if you
Yes, honey. Yeah, you can see. You got to see them finger waves back there. See that ain't just laid down all flat and everything. That's
right.
stylized right there,
Yeah.
baby. Honey,
Woo!
wow.
I'm good. I'm good for a good 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks,
Good.
until I can
And
get back here again. Put it that way.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
honey. She makes it happen. Shout out to Vicky. Much love to her
Yeah.
and to all of you. We'll see you next Wednesday for Raw Talk Live.